My idea for this evening, well, today anyway, it's still kind of bright out. There we go. That's looking really good though. I like that. I like that. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm putting on my linseed oil or Bob Ross liquid clear, Grumbacher's first coat liquid clear, whatever you want to use. Right, you can put it out here. And we really have to massage it into the cactus. Just really give it the old massage. And the reason being is because if you're using the liquid clear, it's a little, a little sticky, right? When it first comes out of the jar and you're putting it on the canvas, it's a little sticky. And so in order to get rid of that stickiness, we have to wipe the canvas off. You can see the very last, oh, no, I guess there's some in there. We could save that jar. It's almost empty. We could save it. Now what I'm gonna do is take 2 paper towels, just like this. I'm gonna fold them over into a little square. I'm gonna pinch the square in between my index finger and middle finger, and then we're going to push and really try to remove everything that we just put on. Try to take it off with a lot of force. Right? Some of the times your paper towel might rip. It's okay. And if you leave any little bits, it's okay too. They'll get all brushed out and covered, so don't worry about it. Right now, even if you were to take and scrub your canvas like this, right, you're still not going to remove all of the paint. It's still going to be there, and now it's going to be nice and slick and wet. And that way, whatever we do to it, these paints will slide and move. That's the fun part. All right. Boom. Now, you guys, you got to check in. Oh, it's looking really cool over there. My light's a little bit glary on the top side. Maybe if we move this one back a little bit, just enough. Try to get you over here. Hang on, I know, I do not like when cameras move. There we go. That's better. That's better right there. Perfect. Perfect. What's up, Eve's Artistry? Everybody watching, thank you for being here and tuning in. Now you can see what I've already done to my canvas, right? I have a 16-inch by 20-inch canvas, and I had this little idea about painting a little boat, but I was nervous about painting it with the oil paints, and so what I did was I sketched it out with my acrylics, which is relatively easy to do. Just don't use too much white. It gets too bright, then you don't like it. Now I can't tell you how many times I went over this guy, probably 3, 4, 5 times, and I blacked it all out again, and then I waited for it to dry, and I tried to redo the boat again. They can be a little tough, okay? So, if you don't get it right on the first go, that's okay. Now, the colors that we're going to use today are as follows. Oh, I just threw the cap. Luckily, I didn't go too far. Here we go. So I'll tell you the colors that we're going to use. I've already told you the prep on our canvas. We waited for all this acrylic to dry. Just did it earlier today, just messing around, you know what I mean? Had an old idea. And then we're going to go through the colors we're going to use on this guy. I'm probably going to use my Phthalo green, Dioxazine purple, the Prussian blue, Alizarin crimson, midnight black, titanium white, and if we throw some palm trees in there, maybe our sap green and our cad yellow as well, plus our 2 brown colors. It's pretty much every color that's on my palette we're going to be using today. Dioxazine purple, Phthalo green, Van Dyke brown, dark sienna, sap green, cad yellow, Prussian blue, Alizarin crimson, midnight black, titanium white. Okay? Excellent. All these colors are Bob Ross colors, except for the Dioxazine purple, which is a Gamblin 1980 color. Now, let's get out here. I'm going to show you the definition of a transparent color. Are you ready to see it? Because you got to tell me I'm ready. Do you know what a transparent color is? Because we're about to tell you right now. I'm about to show you. I'm going to take my dark blue, Prussian blue color, and I'm going to start plopping it onto my canvas. Listen. You can hear I'm pushing on the canvas, right? But you can't see the paint. It's invisible. It's the definition of a transparent color. Right? Now what happens if I were to slide across that white colored canvas with my blue? You see the white, but over the dark black area, it stays nice and dark. Again, definition of a transparent color. A little bit of that blue down here. And it's okay if we go over our little boat. Your boat's probably not even there, and I'm going to show you how to do this in oils, and we'll go over the top of it as well, okay? We'll take a little of our phthalo green as well. Just tossing the old phthalo green down around here, let it blend in, let it go over our little edge, just kind of making a stripe. A downward diagonal stripe of color. And wherever it wants to intermix, then that's okay. It can do just that. Right? Get a little bit more of our blue, go underneath into our little sandy area. Ooh, you know what? We should throw some brown down in that sand too, I'm thinking. Same thing, go back to our phthalo green, toss it up into our sky. The phthalo green is also a transparent color, so the more that you put it on and spread it out, the more difficult it's going to be to see where the color is. Definition of a transparent color. Very cool. Very cool. Let's go out into our purpley bit. Way up into the night. Way cool, right? Again, just depositing paint. That's all we're trying to do. Make our canvas wet with color, right? Now, since we've got that deep dark purple, let's go into, is it going to give me any? All right, go into the lighter colored brown. Toss it down in here. Again, it looks very dark on a black canvas because this brown is a semi-transparent color. You can kind of see it down there, but again, very dark. We don't need to have too much. But I'm feeling very Pirates of the Caribbean out here. It's going to look really cool. Okay, let's decide what we want our sky to look like out here. I'm going to grab an old fan brush. Go through my titanium white only. Only titanium white. We do not use the liquid white until we get down here in our oceany watery section, okay? Titanium white only. Don't put too much paint on the brush. And let's just say, cool. Let's just pop out. Bang. Who cares? Just a little blob out there in the night. All right, we're going to take our 1-inch brush. We're going to mix up that blob with the most pressure we can possibly push on it. Right? Really mix it up, make it go faded into the distance. That is going to be the light being emitted from around our moon. Now you can either use a filbert brush, which is that brush that looks like the tip of your finger. You can also use the tip of your finger. You can use a fan brush. You can use whatever you want in order to make a circle. What I'm going to do is plop it out. Plop, just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to try to stay out of your way and not move the brush from the center. Just let the bristles spin around and keep the brush plopped right into the middle until you've got this cute little circle out there. Now the more that you do it, the bigger the circle is going to be. There. The more that you slip from your center area, the bigger your circle has to become. Just like that. A soft little moon out there. It's gorgeous. It's lovely. Ooh, what if, guys? It's up here. It's like a little into that purpley color. Oh, that's fantastic. Look at it. Look at it. Just a mess. Just a mess of stuff up there. Is all you really need. I'm going to dab off our brush, come in here and mix it down.
Guys, tap that screen. Comment, share, gift if you can. Thanks.
Who's this voice in the background? Runaway now. Oh, Runaway Now. Okay. That was London, everybody. She's telling you guys what to do. Why you gotta tell everybody what to do all the time? Let's come in here, get a little bit more of our white, deposit it. Right? Just have a little bit of difference out there. It doesn't work the first time every time. Some of the times you need a double layer of your cloud out there to make it look real cool. Right? We get to decide every time what it's gonna do. Now, let's take our fan brush in here again, grab a little bit more white. And what if we start coming down like this? We'll pop up this way. Bam, and just get crazy. Doesn't matter. Just wherever. Pop a little bit of paint out there, honestly. You want to go a little further? You want to cut in front of your moon? Do you want to do whatever you want to do? It's up to you when you go and do it. Come out here, we'll start mixing it down. Again, we're deciding as we go what it looks like, how dark it is, how bright it is, how far our clouds try to come downwards. It's all up to us. Now, we've got our color back here, but it's not very heavy back there. I can already tell. There we go. I'm going to put a little bit more of my darkness and show you that even with that blue, the more you put on, the less you'll see. Right? So it's all about how heavily have we laid it on there. Do you want to cover your design completely so you can't see it and then have to go back over? Or you want to have just enough to where you can see what you were doing back there? I'm going to take my palette tool, we're going to scrape it up over here. Little teeny tiny little bit. I'm going to drop down and just start launching in a couple things. A little section of white. If it starts growing too big, just stop. You don't need it to be too big. Maybe we can add a whole other little guy right beneath him. Very flat water, so we're making long strokes. Long on an angle. Not an angle, but making our angle this way. And then come back in here and stretch it out. The more you spread it out, the more it brightens up, the more little things you're going to see off of your, kind of bouncing off of your water. You don't want to get too much color behind our little boat area back there. Now, you can do this one of two ways. Right? You can get over here with your fan brush, if you wanted to. Come over the side and just make little, right, these little downward strokes. You can use your palette tool the same exact way. Right? When I was doing it with our acrylics, I was just using my fan brush. But if I normally, I'll do it with our palette knife by the time that we get out here. Turn my brush on the side. Let's pop in our little spray. So just down below your wave, leaving a bit of darkness. Over here, we get a little bit higher, a little taller, a little crazier. So our paint will grow. Okay? We need it to grow into a little cloud. And if there's not enough paint up there, then it's not going to grow into a little cloud. There it is. Now, some of the times when you're making your watery, splashy spray, it's good to use a little bit of that liquid white. So if it doesn't come out perfect on your first one, take a little bit of liquid white over the top. Just be a little bit less. Don't put so much, right? Because it's going to want to grow. The more that we stick out there, the more it's going to want to grow, especially with that liquid white. So we come back in here and mix it up. Push on it, mush it, drag it. Remember, the wave in this instance is not the focal point. It's going to be the boat. Plus, we're going to have palm trees coming in from the side, which are going to be really gorgeous. Just really gorgeous. Okay. Now, obviously, our wave would hit right down here. Just horizontally dragging with my fan brush. Same thing I was doing with the palette knife. Right? Gives you this same exact look. Let's not put too much color back in here. We need to show a little bit of it raising upwards, right? And then we'll come back and we'll cut through where our boat is supposed to be. That is going to be fantastic. Now, I don't even want to get too much paint over here either. And I can take with my fan brush and kind of flatten out what I had done with my palette scrapey tool. Right? Now, let's get crazy, you guys. We need a bit more of our undercolor in here, so it just stays dark. That's Phthalo green undercolor from the gods. It's just gorgeous. Right? Just fantastic. Oh, I'm already liking it. Already liking this one. You guys can't have this one though. Tyler already grabbed it for me. He already done took it away. And it's no longer available. So now let's get out here with our liquid white, titanium white. There's not a lot of liquid white here, so let's grab up some more. We need about a 90-10 mix. So 90 liquid white, 10 titanium white, and then you make your 100% of your pile. Right? Come out here and scrape it up, and we know it starts way out here before it starts feeding backwards to that wave, right? You don't start right here close and immediately go up. You gotta show some movement feeding back and up into that wave. Just by depositing a few little things with our little scrapey tool, we get to decide what it looks like every time. That's the most fun part about this whole thing, is we're in control of what it looks like every time that we go to do it. Do a little differently. Oh, goodness, I was planning on doing something bigger in the front, but honestly, I love how that looks. They're just kind of lapping right onto the shore. So lucky for you guys, We don't have to do the big splashy waves. We'll just do some little lappers over here, is what I like to call them. Just coming in and lapping in. Right? Just little horizontal drags. Not everything has to touch. Doesn't all have to be supremely bright. Just that front edge really is the only thing that needs to be bright. That's very cool, guys. Okay, let's go light up our sand first, and then we'll do our boat. Light up the sand before we do the boat. We're gonna have some palm trees crashing out, or our waves gonna crashing into some palms out here. We could put a big one right there, and then we'll drag his trunk off the edge like he's just growing out in the night. That's gonna be very cool. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, we're gonna do the liquid white, titanium white mix again. So 90-10 mix. Come down here, and let's get right underneath our little guy, and just with a lot of pressure, deposit some of that paint. Right? Pushing on it, mushing on it. It's not going to be perfect. We need it to be different for a reason. And we're going to try to stay just a little bit, quarter inch away, right? So there's a difference in between these two bits of color. Even though one of them is being drug horizontally and the other one is being pulled vertically, they're still the same color. It's very similar, right? It doesn't have to all match. Please, don't make it all be the same. Please, don't do that. I have some on the back of my little palette tool as well. Just like that. Pop it down, see what it looks like. If you want to have it be the same everywhere, then go ahead. But if not, then that's okay too. Okay, now before we do anything, I cannot pull down on all that with all this brown, dark poo paint in my brush. So let's go clean that off. There we go. Perfect. I gotta fill up my spirits again. I mean, you guys lift my spirits, but sometimes I gotta fill up my spirits. The odorless mineral spirits? No?
I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay,
I
cool.
got it.
Somebody got it. London got it, guys. It's okay. It's not funny when I have to explain it.
Fact.
Okay. Excuse me, madam. Right on. Now, I'm going to ask you 3 times whether or not this looks like sand. So here's number 1. Does this look like wet, sandy beach? Just type in yes or no. That's all we got to see. Just yes or no, and I'm going to play with this water and add a couple little, brighter areas and stuff while you guys are answering my questions. Right, so just yes or no, does it look like wet, sandy beach to you? Right? Because
No.
everyone's a little different.
No.
Lots of people saying no, I would imagine. Right, now I'm going to ask you again. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to ask you again. Does this look like wet, sandy beach? As we come up here, grip it and pull it down. Grip it and pull it down. Pull it down, pull it down. Does this look more like wet, sandy beach? Yes or no is all we got to do. And then we got 1 step left. That looks really cool, though.
No, it looks like a waterfall.
I get that a lot, in fact, that it looks like a waterfall. What else does it look like, guys? Do you have any other suggestions about what it would look like? London left, so now I gotta read all the comments. Looks like ice. Ooh, I like that. A cliff. I see it. A new horizon. Maybe some aurora borealises. Maybe. Maybe. So what we'll do is we'll come out here. Let's take with some horizontal pressure, and we'll slide these guys out, trying not to grip onto your water like I've done in those places. Right, this is a big old brush. Sometimes it's hard not to grip into that stuff. Look at that, though. Does that not look like wet, sandy beach now? Does it look like it now? You get that wet, watery, sandy, very shiny thing. Isn't that the coolest? Isn't it just literally the coolest, you guys? Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Now, we have this odd gap in between our water, quote unquote, and our sand, quote unquote. So what we do is we kind of fill that area, and by shaking our little palette tool back and forth, we bring it down and down and down until it's just barely over that shadow. We don't want the water to come out there and hit the sand. We want there to be a very small little separation between the sand and the water, right? Now, depending on how small you can get it, that's another story, right? But if you bring it down and it touches that sand too much, then you've lost that little lip, right? You've lost the height in your water. You've lost it. Hi, gals! What's up, Bonnie? Okay, so let's come out here. We need a little bit more of our liquid white. Our liquid white makes it very, very, very runny like water, right? And this is one of the only times we're really allowed to use the liquid white all on its own. We came out here and just pushing on it real hard again, just shaking our little tools side to side, pushing on it, pushing on it. Right, how far do you want yours to go? All up to us. How many little bits do you want to have come off the back? Right, again, up to us. We're going to take it and brush those little things out. But if you really wanted to not, right, you wanted to have a couple details out there, how many little things do you want to be pulling back off of your little seascape? Right? Your foamy retraction area is what I like to call it. Very cool, guys. Very cool. Start straightening these up even higher. There. Right. Again, how do you want it to look? Because every time that we do it is another chance to do it differently. Shake things around like an S. That's all I ever do. Just make it look like an S. Now, if you want to leave it like that, you could. If not, bye. See you guys. If not, you take it with your little fan brush and just grip it right from the edge, sneaking these little doers back, back, back. Boom, just like so. Right? Looks like the foam came up, started getting sucked backwards. Isn't that the neatest thing? Quite honestly, the neatest thing that we can do is that, in my opinion. Very cool, very cool. Okay. Now, let's get over here and grab a small amount of my liquid white out here on the edge of our palette. We're going to come in here, just toss in a few little bits of sprays off of our very small brush. Very small. Now, the angle of your brush when you're doing this is going to make your water look a different way. Right? So you get to decide, don't put too many. Again, he's not the focal. We don't want to put too many things on him out there. Now remember, we have more than just this guy over on the site. You can check it out. The eye site. You have to read between the lines. There we go. Very cool, guys. Looks like even the boat, the way it is, it looks cool. It's like a ghost ship out there. It's a ghost's rowboat. What we didn't do either was throw, since we had our liquid white out here with our little fan brush, we gotta throw a couple little seashells or bits into the sand, into our little foamy retraction water area. And it just gives a very fine little detail whenever we go to do that. Now, let's get out here. We're gonna mix up a bit of our darkness, right? If I'm gonna want to stand out against all this bright color, we're going to need to have a very dark color to project some distance. Right? So, we're going to mix up our three favorite colors. If you know the three favorite colors, type them out into the comments now. Right now. I'll wait. I'll wait for you to type them out. Right? Now, I've never done a little boat like this in oils, so we're going to figure it out as we go, but I can still see my shape, okay? First things first, we need to get a bit of that darkness. Come in here with our fan brush, push it down. Now it's not just a straight line, right? It kind of has a little bit of a curve down there at the bottom. So cover that guy up, filling in a little bit of space around his round side as well. Okay. Then we're going to come down here from that bright white edge at the top, filling in our dark stuff. Is going to cover over some of our water. There. Just like so. Boom, boom, boom. Just fill him in, make him all crazy. I like that. Now, let's see, because we've got all that dark plaque out there, what it would look like if we grabbed two of our brown colors over here. grab just a sneak of our titanium white. Just a, that's probably too much. There we go. Just a little bit. We need to have a bit of dark brown before we do our light brown. Right? Come up here and just pull this guy downward. Oh, I like it. I'm already liking it, you guys. I'm already liking it. Now, I'm not really trying to get it to break. We're trying to push on it hard enough that it looks like that wood grain. Right? Some areas, a couple areas, little bits of skin in there, some texture from Phthalo. Just down like that, kind of pulling on it either which way. This guy's a little bit harder because you gotta kind of make that round shape. See that? I'm kind of leaving that space in between. That's gonna be for our high lit bow of the ship, right? Which we could possibly do with our palette knife if we do it right. So that's real bright. Let's darken this guy up a little bit. There. That's much better. That's a better color right there. Okay, now if we come out here and we're just very light-handed, remember it's got that round thing that goes along with it, and then we can come back and outline that guy. That'll look pretty cool. Okay, let's take a little bit of that light color, just let it streak down over our darkness. So it's not all the same thing. I don't want it to all be the same. I'm just gonna work this guy in a little bit more. I don't need there to be breaks. I need there to be anything. I kind of want it to look like a cabin wall, wood like that. You know what I mean? That's very cool. A couple little details in there, and that's right. We can come over here. Let's just say it's probably gonna be easier to do with our liner brush, but if, however you do yours, right, you gotta make the top a bit brighter than the bottom, which is why we have this lighter color, because the top is catching the light, and most of the time, when you got a little boat anyway, it's got a trim piece that's brighter than the darkness anyway. Now this is a cool thing right here, because this took me a while to figure out. I was like, how do I do a boat like this and have it look 3D? And this is where I actually did it, because you're making this little bend. It's a very straight line from out there, right? And then it's just a little curve over to your other corner, right? So that thing goes out, bends in a little bit, giving you your very cool little 3D kind of a boat. And then maybe we got a little seat. We got a little seat for our guys back in there. That's cool. Don't come up too close. Make sure you leave a bit of darkness in between. And if anything, let's put a bit of this darker brown, like halfway down our bow. Put that darker brown shadow so it'll make it look more 3D. Right? Oh yes. Now, it's not severely dark. If we put a little bit of our black in there, that'll make it even darker. Should give it a little 3D feel. I like it. I like it. Okay, let's get out here and grab some of our odorless mineral spirits. We'll grab some of that light color onto our little liner brush and see what happens. All we need is a little line. There it is. Out. Put up on that same color. Remember, it's very wet, and it's got that odorless mineral spirits in there. So you don't need to have too much of it. That's the key. Plus, this boat is an old, shabby old boat. It's been sitting out there and getting beat up by the waves. Years and years and years. Doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, leave that bit of darkness, Josh. Leave the dark separator in between the two brown colors. Little dark separator in there. All we need. It needs to be dark, but not as dark as black. You know what I mean? And that'll give you more of a 3D feel to your little food out there in the night. The other side of the boat, same thing, comes off and then disappears down into this part. Right? So you don't have to paint the whole thing, because that side of the boat actually connects on to that little friend right there. You just can't see it with our naked human eyeballs. Boom. I like it, dudes. Tyler, what do you think? Let me know. In the night. Oh, that's very cool. Very cool. Looks like it has a hole in it too. Now, in order to come in and clean up the base of this little guy, just kind of scrape it in wherever you think it needs to be. You can even raise the level of the bow if you want. You know what I mean? You're in control when you get out there and do it, just like that. That was very cool. I didn't think that one would turn out as neat as it did. Some brightness here and there, a few little things. We wouldn't see all that brightness right in front of the boat back there, but over here we would. We would for sure. How you doing? What are you doing? Give me a second there. Doing well. Just doing a live show. How can I help you?
My daughter was in Easter baskets.
Oh, cool. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we do candles and room sprays. We just have our crystals. We're just putting out there today because this place used to be a crystal shop.
Yeah.
Everyone comes in looking for crystals and stuff. I'm like, these crystals.
Yeah. my water, or my wife and my daughter, they always say the business owners, no, they don't do that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Vanessa and Emily.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so I was like, awesome.
Oh, yeah. Let me know what you want to grab.
Shop local. But she loves the candles.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. There's so many different flavors to go for. As you moved a bunch of them around too.
What's your name?
My name's Josh. Josh.
It hasn't been if I haven't used it. I always hear it talk about it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Feel free to pick them up and sniff them. Face test is one of the favorites for a lot of people. And, was one called Christmas Churro, which is always been a big favorite for everybody. She's moved this almost today. Let's see. Right here. This is it on top. And then with each section will come in, so it'll be like, okay, Christmas churro is cinnamon and sugar dancing. So it'll tell you what it is. If you don't know what the smell is, oh, that's cool. Then it'll tell you, okay, oh, Christmas tree is pine tree scent, or peppermint mocha scent, or whatever. So these little menus are helpful.
That's awesome.
If you don't know what is what.
What are people looking for?
So they're $14.99 for a candle, and I think the British sprays are $7.99. And we don't have a price on the crystals yet. So we don't have it today.
Okay.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Let me, how do you want to pay? Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So I just pull this in?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna take right there. I don't want $3 in cash. Okay, well, let me grab that for you anyway. I'll just give you that. That's about $15.
I did.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Do you want me to give you a bag for that one?
No, I'll be all right. You do all this?
Yeah.
This is really good.
Thank you. Yeah, let me throw it in here. I always miss it. Okay. I teach classes and show you how to do any one of them in like 2 hours or less.
Really?
Yeah, I just started with these 1 hour classes as well. And then we'll be like less of an intense 2 hour classes.
Well, I'm going on a cruise in a couple of days. So I signed up for a training class.
Yeah. So that's gonna be to me and tell me how different they are.
I want to check it out. Yeah, I'm not stepping out an artist.
I can turn you into one, that's for sure.
They training.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Well, it's nice to meet you. Yes, we'll have to hang out.
Yeah,
One of these days.
All right, take it easy. We'll see you later. You too. All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm sure everyone's gone by now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, we just had a customer come in the store, so sorry for the break and the interruption there. Maybe it'll give somebody a chance to catch up as they're painting along with us. But it's not closing time yet, and I'm the only one here, so of course we would get a customer when right in the middle of the show. It just happens like that, you know what I mean? So, let's see, guys. What we're gonna do, we're gonna toss out some palm trees, do some cool little stuff out here. Shape this color over just a little without getting it too bright. That's cool. I like it, guys. I like it. So I can put just a little highlight top. It's so small. Just a light touch. Very small. There we go. Something, bird poo, seagull poo up here. Something's on here. Just see it just barely. And all you need is the smallest little indication of a highlight on top of that lighter color. Just like that. There. Woo. Small little bits, guys. Literally. Don't want to do too many. Mush it too much and it'll disappear on you, so don't do too many things, okay? Now, you guys start coming up with a title for this one. I'm going to start throwing in some palm trees. Palm trees, they used to be the bane of my existence, and now I find them to be the most happy thing I can paint. I love painting palm trees. So let's get out here. We're going to rock down into our dark mix, our black color. Start low off your thing. Obviously not in your spray, right? We're going to be above our spray. We're going to start making a little spider shape of a thing. Just by tapping, turning, tapping, turning, tapping, turning, tapping, turning, tapping, each time we're rotating the brush, right? This guy in the back does not have to be detailed at all. You want him to look like a whole big bunch of mush, right? He's very far away. Give him a very thin little trunk as you pull down that side. Okay, now we're gonna go with a different fan brush, nice clean one, into our sap green. A little of our cad yellow, just to put a little touch of highlight on this guy. Again, same thing, kind of tapping, 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 tapping. They don't even have to do anything but have a little bit of green back there. That's it, right? A little bit of greenery is all you need to read. And you need to read it to be goodery because the greenery makes it goodery. I don't know, we're just making up nonsense words now. We're going to mix a little bit of our sap green into our plaque mix for this next tree. Because I want him to be a little greener, stand out a little bit more with our highlights. And if we add some sap green into the mix, it keeps the sap green from turning dark too quickly. Okay? You guys check in. Tell me where you're watching from. What time is it where you are right now? And even with a customer that came in the building, we're still ahead of schedule. Man, remember, we have some really cool palm tree seascapes available on the site. You should check it out. I got some big ones that are up there for real cheap. I got some smaller ones that are up there. I got some framed ones. I got some all sorts. Right? We're gonna come up here, do the same exact thing, much taller, right? Go up about 4 or 5 inches, over about 4 or 5 inches, blast. Boom, 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 boom. Again, we're just making like a little starting point, a little spider, right, that we got to start from. Now this guy, let's take and tap in, making this long thing, and then get up here, get a little drag, 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 just like so. Out onto his next little buddy, tap it out. Start from back here, longer into lighter, lighter, lighter touch will give you shorter, shorter, shorter little drags on that guy. Right, same thing, maybe we pop up, out there, and drag. Very small drags anyway, very big leaves. This guy is in the front. He's gotta be bigger than our little friend in the background, right? He's closer, you can see more things. If my trunk's gonna come off that way, let's pop one down there. Little guy, nothing too crazy, nothing too much. All right, we gotta have our trunk Be very small still. Doesn't be too big, right in front of the other guy, kind of cutting through the greenery of his tree. And all of a sudden, you got a really neat looking little palm tree out there. Take a few little bits, again, wherever you have some excess space. Sometimes those branches don't get to grow all the way out. Now that we have our trunk in, we're going to come this way. Next, we're going to tap down, drag off, drag off. That pushes this little limb in front and makes our trunk behind it. Very cool, very simple little thing. Now let's wash off the brushes and we'll go highlight that guy. Always fun to put a little highlight out there, guys. Hey guys, all right. Let's grab a little more of our liquid white on our little highlighting brush. We're gonna come back over here. The reason we need the liquid white is so that the paint becomes less thick and will deposit off of our brush much easier. Right? If it comes off our brush easier, then we don't have to push as hard, and it will stay brighter than mixing in with all that darkness. Right? If it mixes in too much with all that dark stuff, there we go. Little bits, little danglers, little doers in the night. But if it mixes in too much with our black mix, it's going to go dark very quickly. And so, you're going to come back a little bit more of your liquid white, back into our sepia green, or into our little bit of our yellow as well, just so they're a little different. All right, this guy we know is coming off this way. Drag it down, such a light touch. Right? We don't need too much. You can full press when you're dropping off the color. Right? Then when you come back here and just drag, just so light, very light little touch. Right? You don't want to do too much. Drag it too far, and then you're not gonna like it. And you're gonna be like, Josh, I don't like what happened. And I'm like, well, all right, next time, don't do this. Try this instead. Very light, very light, very light. Oof. I just love it. Yes! That looks rad. There. Right. Pop a couple little bits out the top, leaving some of that dark color as well. Because not every single thing has to be covered fully. I have some of that darkness out there. Getting back towards here, it gets darker and darker. That's one of the best palm trees we've ever done right there. Here we are. Now I'm going to take a little bit of my liquid white. It's going to go into my brown. Let's try that. Into that brown. And then right when my trunk picks up, drop a little touch of that brown. Having our dark side as well. Right? Can't be the same on every guy. If this guy got a littlest bit of brightness on his trunk back there, but you have to keep them separate. You don't need them to all be the same. So, don't make them all the same. Don't make it all the same thickness, the same brightness, whatever. Have that little bit of dark on your trunk as well. That's a really cool little painting, you guys. Really cool. Really cool. So, you guys have to start coming up with some titles for this painting. What would you want to call it? What do you think of when you look at this painting? How does it make you feel? What are the thoughts in your head when you look at this painting? What do you think? What are you thinking? And then Tyler is going to have to decide for all of us what the title is actually going to be. What is that title going to be? Only he knows, guys. In the night, right? Always got to make sure that we got our bright spots for that moonlight glow, that moonlight on the water. It's all choppy, doesn't have to connect perfect or whatever. Off around the edge of that boat anyway. That boat being in the way is causing some problems for our moon. Over to our meteorologist. No, just kidding. That though, that's cool. That is cute. A little bit of our pure liquid white just kind of bouncing. So we don't have them all the same. But you get that bit of brightness on our water, which is just perfect. These guys slide them back a little bit. Just giving more little bits of bright to our sandy area. Little things, little details. That's cool. I like that. That is very neat. Okay. You guys come up with a title. I'm going to wash off some brushes, and then we're going to need a title. From old Tyler the Titler. Tyler type titlers of the title. There. Right. Okay. Oops. Excellent. All right, what do we got for a title, guys? But you guys. Like that, dude. As wild, crazy as the birds can be. I like him. There. Hey. Like low flying over. I dig it. Excellent. Okay, what are we gonna title this one, guys? You tell me. Out there in the night. In the night. What are we talking? What are we looking at? The Island of Wonder, Smuggler's Cove. I like that. And Smuggler's Bay. Very. The SS Minnow. That's funny. That is funny. Tiago's watching. You don't like the palm trees, huh? That's all right. I love them. They really stand out in this one anyway. Especially for how big this guy is. It's bigger than my fully stretched open fist, which is a fair distance. Right? At least that's what they tell us, guys. Big old thing right here. And that is making him stand out as being very close. Very cool. Just off screen, like X marks the spot. Where the buried pirate treasure is. Dude, that's cool. I like it. I don't know about you guys, but I like it. That's all that matters. You gotta like what you painted. If you don't like it, then most likely no one else is gonna like it either. So you gotta be hyped about your own stuff. And Tyler got this one before it was even painted at all. He's the hyped one. Palm trees are awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you. Preach. Man, it's a cool one. So cool. You guys know me. I got a finger paint a little bit. Always some finger painting is happening out there. I love the small bit of spray. The boats being rocked side to side out here in the shore. I dig it. It's very cool. Thanks, Tinker. Appreciate ya. Thanks for the finger hearts. Aqua acclamation. Why you gotta make it hard for me? You gotta go and pick hard words, man. Like heap hopping anonymous. Why do you give him all the easy ones? Alright. Aqua acclimation. Let's see. Aquatic. Aqueduct. Number 1801. Aqueduct. Okay. Aquatic accomplishment. Okay. Accomplishment. Got it. Perfect. Painted on 4/17/2025. We're all gonna go to paintwithjosh.com because it's the best place ever. Is it not? Is it not? Are you not entertained? Look at that thing. Woo! I like it. I like it, guys. Okay. Before the YouTube tutorial gets too crazily long, that's neat. It's a neat, fun little thing. I like it. We're trying to fix our glary situation as well to where it looks as dark as it actually looks on screen. But you guys have all been amazing. I love you over there on YouTube. You've been fan-schmastic, and I just can't thank you enough for being here. So, please send in your versions of this painting. Very simple shape, just study the shape, and I'm going to be doing more and more and more little boats to try to get better at those as well myself. So, look for more in the future. Send me in your versions. I can't wait to see them, and until I see you guys again next time, take care. Have a good day, and holy shaving cream.